Well, best laid plans of mice and men. Everything's all frozen. We had a pretty cold evening, cold day yesterday. It's 22 right now, and it's, gosh, you know, daylight. So I gotta get animals with water. I put my dinner rooster in here, breaking it in for me. What's up, buddy? And he's pretty good. This was an entire puck of ice, so I'm gonna give him some more. This was warm water from the kitchen. It was like a minute ago. Now it is sufficiently cooled. Give the rest of the chickens. That's not a good place for a hen. She's gonna die. It's not a good place. All right, I'll pick you up in a second, honey, okay? Yeah, I kind of figured, as cold as it is, that's, to me, signal that she's not gonna make it. All right, let's see how the cows are. Cows are doing better, you know, rooming helps. Okay. All right, it's frigid and freezing. Oh. So I was going to work on my garden beds, but you know, that's not gonna happen. Ground's completely frozen. I think we're not out of the woods yet in terms of cold. So I think I gotta find something else to do. Oh my gosh, right now warm up my hands. Okay, maybe it's an indoor project day. I have a very excellent friend who was watching one of my older videos, and her husband sends me a Discord and says, hey, my wife's watching a video and she just shouts, "Just grow some tomatoes, you coward." And I thought you might want to know. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, it hurt, right? It hurts, but message received. Let's start some seeds. The problem I have is I don't have you know, I have a pretty big garden plot and not a lot of room to start seeds, as in I have just this room or wherever I can do it. I used to like use a wire rack, go vertical, but I don't have the space for that. It gets really like wet and messy, and so I need kind of an interim solution to like get a greenhouse built where I can start enough seeds just to like limp by and not get yelled at by my friends. So I'm going to throw that together today. I figure that's a good thing to do while it's freezing. Freezing outside, freezing and windy. I got a whole bunch of these lights. These are just cheap LED lights. And I'm gonna hack on them and make a cool thing. These are from Barria, B-A-R-R-I-R-A, Barria. Who knows? I'll put a link to it in the show notes. I just got them on Amazon. They were like, I think, $50, something like that, for 6 of them. And I think these are going to be great. I think I can actually get 2 whole, maybe just one. But we can get a whole bunch of 4-foot plant racks off of this. So seeds that you're going to start don't need perfect light. They really don't. They don't need full spectrum, like expensive grower bulbs. You know, you're not growing weed. right? You're not growing like hydroponics, you know, like it's gonna go outside. So you just need enough light to get photosynthesis going for them to put down roots and a couple leaves. They don't need much. And so you can get by with these super cheap lights, which is nice because who wants to spend that kind of money on lights? So what I'm gonna do is, it has this dampener thing, you know, and the lights are stripped here. I actually did one already. These little, you can see these little things are the LEDs. Those little yellow things. So I'm just gonna cut this sheathing off with a razor blade and build a, you know, just a cheap wooden frame to hold them up and start some tomato seeds so I don't get yelled at. Okay, I find this is easiest to do kind of in the air. Let's see if I can do it from your side. Basically, just get your knife in anywhere it'll go, and I'm just trying to trim it where this metal flashing meets the plastic sheath. I'm just trying to trim the sheath off. So you can just kind of go into that little crevice with your knife and then ride down. But don't worry, there's places if we miss or it goes off track, we can kind of scrape and trim it like this. That's it. And if cutting towards yourself makes you nervous, you can wear whatever helmets or gloves or chaps you feel are appropriate. There you go, just pull it out. And throw it in the trash. So I still got some rough edges. I'm just gonna clean this up because I want it to kind of look nice even though it is kind of ghetto. You don't have to do this by any means. So let's see, I've got some trimmed areas that I want to try and get out. All right, there you go, just like that. There's another one. All right, I'm gonna do, well, let's see. All right, here's your kind of standard wind strip tray. Boy, these are awesome. You get these from Neversink Tools. So I think we can get by with 3. When you're making lights for seeds, you want to, you don't want to have your lights in the middle like this because all the plants on the outside will grow up towards the middle. So you actually want your outer strips to be wasting a little light off to the side, right? So you want I'm gonna want my outers like probably kind of over here. That way all the plants will grow up towards the light, not in towards the center. Okay, here's what I came up with. Just a simple frame made out of 1x4, couple of hooks. These lights come with awesome jumpers you can see here up on the top. And these jumpers make it so you can, you don't have to run cables individually. You can chain up to 8 of these 4-foot things. I did make a mistake in that I miscounted my mounting equipment, and there's actually only enough equipment to put 2 pins on each light, and I did 3. Like one in the middle there is unnecessary. So if you do this, just don't include that middle part. As it stands, this is pretty bright. So I think it'll be okay. If I need more though, I'll just put 1 in the middle of each of these, and then I'll have 5 lights, and then I'll just have like an extra light for, who knows what. Hey, sweetie. All right, let's do this. It's freaking freezing. And I mean actually freezing. It is actually freezing here. I'm doing this outside like a maniac, but I don't want to get dirt inside. It'd be nice if I had like a potting bench. These are wind strip trays. They're super durable. Neversink Farm, these are the best on the market. Guaranteed. So I got some potting soil, it's moistened a little bit, not too much. Hands are stinging, they're so cold.
So, what are we potting today? In what has got to be the world's worst starting mix. I don't know if it's just because it was like the end of the bag, but like, this stuff is atrocious. It's just all sticks. So, easy, push it in. You know the routine. What do we got today? Burpee Romas, hot pepper salsa blend, sweet pepper carnival blend, and some lettuce. I don't think I'm gonna do the lettuce today. Maybe I will. We'll see how many we get. I'm gonna get the tomatoes and peppers first. Usually don't get very many, so we may be okay. I got two 72s. Nice. Oh, we got a lot. What am I talking about? Look at all that. Man, I'm used to getting like, you know, a pack of tomatoes is like 12 tomatoes. So some people do 2 seeds per cell. I don't. I do 1 because if it's not growing, I just start more. I don't, you know. Oh, well, this one had a couple. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna like sweat it if more than one gets in there, but I'm only putting 1 in. Well, that's 72 tomatoes, so probably assume bad germination because the soil is garbage. So that's probably 30 tomato plants. These are determinants, I believe. Yeah, determinants. So that's great. So I actually can have a succession of these. So I'll plant these, and then in a corner, I guess, and then have like, they're gonna all come up, they're gonna do their thing, and then they're gonna be done. Okay, cool. Let's start with our hot blend. What do we got? Nice. This is like the same amount. Look at this. You get so many seeds. This is ridiculous. I was like planning on having all these planted, but like I wasn't anticipating getting like 100 seeds per bag. I went really crazy one year and I had like, I think I had 80 tomato plants mature with another 80 on the way. And this is when I only had like, I don't know, not even half of what I have now. So, okay. So I used to, I mean, I think everybody deals with this, where they're like, I don't want to waste seeds, every plant, blah, blah, blah. And so, you know, they'd have these runts. And I think that's why you get so many seeds. So that you can have runts, you can just not plant them, right? I didn't plant 12 peppers, I planted 72 peppers. There's no way I'm gonna need all of these. So the end result is, the weak ones, they never make it to the garden. There you go, 72 peppers. All right, so now I'm gonna just go back outside, I'm gonna dust this, pack it in, and then I got a watering can, and then we're gonna go throw them in the shed. While that's going, I'm watering them once. I'm watering it once, and then you water it, you let it wait, water again, let it wait. Get anything that's not uniformly dark, you know. So it should take you a few waterings. You're trying to get the whole cell hydrated. I'll tell you more in a bit. What I'm gonna do now, this is, I think, like one of the things that took me forever to figure out, is get a stupid planner. Because you need to do like, cool. These are 75 to 80 days to harvest, 76 days to harvest, right? So like, you want to plant down from, let's see, February 24th. So we're looking at like May 11th. Give or take. And really, there's a big window, you know, it's not going to be like fifth or bust. So I'm going to put tomatoes and chile ripe. So that way when I get to May, I'll know like, oh, my tomatoes and chilies are ripe. And then I'm gonna call them batch A. This is also important. because I got way too many seeds. So like, once these germinate, I'm gonna start another in my. I got other trays. I'm gonna start more in those other trays. So you want like, you know, every month. Let's say every month you want to do a second run. It's not so important with peppers because they'll do all the time. But tomatoes with determinants, you can have 2 runs and you'll still hit it. Nonetheless, and then get yourself some masking tape and write A tomatoes on the side, right? That way, like, or whatever, you know, whatever you want to do. But that way you know what tray is what and what stage it's in, and then you can just match it up. There you go. There you have it. All right, I'm gonna water them again. Then we'll go out there and you'll see the setup. Okay, and here they are. The world's most ghetto seed starting kit, done on a shoestring budget with scrap that I had on hand. It's just because a friend called me a coward. Okay, so the lights, I probably won't leave these on actually. Actually, maybe I don't know. They're not really necessary until the leaves sprout. So in terms of how it's attached to the ceiling, it's just bow lines everywhere. Bow line, bow line, bow line. It's so much fun to say bow line. This is the trucker's hitch. Means I can adjust it up and down. I'm gonna leave it here for now because I'm gonna have to pull these out to water them. But I will be able to lower this down. So, you know, you want the lights like this far from the plant, like hilariously close to the plant, or to reduce legginess. Okay, so I just put them on some totes. I found these at Home Depot. What I like about these is that they have a lip on the top so that, you know, as the water drains out, it's not gonna just like go everywhere. It can sit there. I can also, like, you know, remove the tops and carry those out if I want to. I have made an absolute mess in here. It's just depressing. Anyway, under that I have heat mats. This is the reason to make sure your soil is super wet, is because of heat mats, right? The seed itself needs to be wet in order to start, you know, breaking down. But if you're using a heat mat, the water is necessary to transfer heat up to the seed, right? And I've got real cold water. This is a real cold, I mean, this is, you know, an uninsulated building. It's not great. And I never would have done this. Never in my life would have done this if I hadn't been called a coward for not planting tomatoes. So, but you know. Look at how bad this potting soil is. I mean, look at this. This is a stick. Unbelievable. I got ripped off. I got ripped off. That's okay. These may not do that well. There's a lot working against them. So, you know, that's that. But at least I'm not a coward.